Hi, welcome to Pep Potential. Pep Potential is a content-based initiative that aims to make the youth more confident and decisive. Given the internet is filled with inspiring talks, but being from very selected speakers, they don't resonate and have a long-lasting impact on the general audience. Pep aims to bridge this gap. We want to move the youth through the wise words of people from different backgrounds and provide them with stories that they can relate to. We feel that the global pandemic has hit the morals of the youth, hence our first content is on the topic, Life Never Comes Too Hot. Our guest today is Praneeth Mehta. Praneeth is a third-year undergraduate at IIT Madras, majoring in engineering design. He has been a TEDx speaker and is also a Mensa member. He, along with his team at IIT Madras, manufactured and distributed around 45,000 face shields to the frontline workers as a part of the face shield project at IITM.
Streets are hostile, job and intern offers are getting cancelled, the degree is on a halt. Undoubtedly, COVID-19 has hit the youth the most, right? Today, we have an engineering student, Mr. Praneeth. Just like us, his standard plans also change. Let's see what made him our pep speaker number one. A little flashback. COVID-19 reminded us of our real heroes, those who are saving the lives of millions. Yes, doctors, police forces, and cleaning workers. While Praneeth did not begin any internship till then, this young TEDx speaker knew the purpose of interning is to learn. And he knew COVID-19 couldn't stop him with that. This industrial engineering undergraduate at IIT Madras exploited his curriculum skills to develop a product named Face Shield. Let's briefly understand from him what it is.
Sure. So if we date back to 2 months earlier, say sometime around mid-March, it was when people had started realizing that COVID is actually going to become a big thing. And eventually we also had this lockdown come up and people had started taking their own safety precautions. And that's when even hospitals started realizing that they did not have enough protection kits, PPE kits as they were being called. So they did not have enough PPE kits for the staff to continuously come to work. So it so happened that we heard from certain doctors telling that their hospitals were being understaffed. Like people refrained from coming to because of the lack of protective equipment, which obviously made sense. So we tried to bridge this gap with one specific component, which is the face shields. So face shields are basically components that are used to cover your face, and it's typically a plastic sheet covering your face with a headband that clips it to your head. So we did this with the help of one of our team members whose parents were doctors. So we got to realize what was exactly missing and we were able to bridge the gap right then. That was something that led us to working on this project.
Being head of a team that was among the top 10 in Asia for Elon Musk Hyperloop pod competition, Praneeth was familiar with the basics of raising funds. He used them to raise funds and started Face Shield as a non-profit initiative. He distributed more than 45,000 masks.
Sure. So as it started, so as we got to know that there's a requirement, and we also had a professor in our team who was also helping us, a professor from our institute. So he was very keen and he had been working on several other COVID activities as well. So we collaborated with an entrepreneur outside our institute, NextGen 3D Printing. So they're a manufacturing company and we've worked with them before. So, and in fact, again, they were also working on COVID activities. So everything just seemed to fall in place. So we went to them and we had a common design from the internet. And they modified the design, ensuring that becomes a lot more easy and faster to 3D print. Because 3D printing was something that we thought was easy it didn't have much of a capital cost, and they were a 3D printing company with over 30 printers. So we could easily produce close to 1,000 shields a day. Initially, as we started producing and manufacturing these shields, parallelly we had also started connecting to different hospitals. So asking for how much demand they have, and if they're able to pay, we were charging them the right manufacturing costs. So because this was a complete not-for-profit initiative, and for hospitals who were unable to pay, for instance, and say even some private clinic doctors and anyone, so we started giving them for free and running a fundraiser in parallel, so that we could compensate for those manufacturing costs. But as we saw growing demands, we realized that we would not be able to cater to all of them just by 3D printing, because we were refrained by the time that 3D printing takes. So then we had to shift to injection molding, and I wouldn't say shift actually, I'd say we rather also included injection molding, which gave us close to 4,000 pieces. So overall we were about to produce somewhere around 5,000 shields a day. So that helped us meet the demand very quick.
According to Praneeth, COVID-19 has undoubtedly given a new direction to his standards plans. It has given a unique opportunity to exploit his skills, polish them, and contribute to society. If you want to know his quarantine story, here it is.
I would say there was just this, at least as a team, so we did realize that there was a need, and somewhere somebody had to work for it. I mean, of course, everybody was doing their part. It's not that the government didn't take efforts, they did too. But we obviously can't ensure that everybody on ground is served immediately. So we thought if we could do something at our level, say just in local Chennai, we could actually create a social impact. And the only vision that we had that kept us driving throughout was the idea of just ensuring that people were protected. And we had this tagline by one of our team members. It said, saving those who are saving millions. Right? Because they are the frontline workers, right? And so as we moved on, as we started distributing face shields, just a small incident that might also address this question. So one fine day, one of our members was just going to distribute these face shields, and they happened to see certain police officers outside, because then people had started to maintain social distancing and all of these. So police officers, we thought we'd give them, because again, so a lot of officers were wearing those hazmat headgears as their protective gears. So that sounded to be, that felt to be very suffocating. Just by seeing people, it might be suffocating. So we spoke to them, had a conversation, and we shared a few samples with them. So they tried for a week's time, and they said that it's actually helpful and serves the purpose too. As we were obviously doing this for doctors, for policemen it obviously served the purpose fine well. So that's how we also started reaching out to a lot of policemen, and then we realized we were actually not just going to the doctors but to the policemen as well. And then there are a lot of such people who are actually working on ground, like for instance the grocers. So again, they come into contact with so many people. So that's why we started distributing to a lot of people, and we had that vision in mind that kept driving us.
Remember, you're watching series, using social media, and playing games even when your 10 am to 6 pm slot was filled with classes or some other work. Stories like Praneeth are not so distant. All it needs is to see a dream at night, find an opportunity, exploit our skills, whatever it may be, and use the 10 am to 6 pm slot to consistently work and see the dream becoming true.